What's up, guys? Rick here with my top 5 sleepers for this week's Players Championship. These are golfers that are a little bit further down the board, maybe coming in a little bit under the radar, who I think have a chance to be valuable this week. Looking back at last week, how did we do? Disregard the ones that missed the cut. Corey Connors was a sleeper. Brendan Steele was a sleeper. Those two worked out. I think the other ones, Davis Leishman and somebody else, I think, missed the cut. But hey, these are deeper down the board. We do what we can. So for the rest of this week, there's going to be plenty more content. There's 2 live chats on Wednesday. One is our regular 3 p.m. Eastern time live chat, questions, answers, ownership, all that good stuff, all things related to the Players Championship. And then 15 minutes longer than normal this week at 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, the Jock Market Power Hour with Joe, Idoni, and myself. A lot of fun, a lot of strategy in the Jock Market. That's stock market DFS, where you buy and sell shares of golfers. It's going to be a ton of fun. Join us for that. But otherwise, let's do it. Let's jump into this week's sleepers. Number 1 is Louis Oosthuizen. He is 66-1 to win this golf tournament. He's $7,800 on DraftKings. And let's be clear, I prefer this play much more in fantasy formats where ownership matters. Outright markets, I don't really care about Louis in this situation, but here's a guy who withdrew last week and burned 10% of his backers on most sites, but he didn't even hit a shot. So we shouldn't penalize a guy for WDing before he actually tees off, because when he plays very well. 6th place finish at the WGC Workday, 11th at the Waste Management. Of course, it's Louis, so he does have a 2nd place finish at the Players Championship in his career. This is just one of those rare situations where anybody who backed Louis last week is going to stay away. There's a lot of other big names in this range. There's no reason to overlook Louis just because of that WD last week. I'm ready to fire him up again, but remember, really only in ownership leverage situations. Outrights, top 5s, top 10s, I don't really care about. I want to have leverage if Louis goes out and finishes 2nd again. Next up is Max Homa. He's 110-1 to win the Players Championship, and he is $7,600 on DraftKings. And this is going to be the 8th consecutive week in a row that Max Homa has played on the PGA Tour. And I got to admit, it's going better than I anticipated. I imagine we are going to get a break from Max Homa next week, but 8 weeks in a row, and in the last 6 of them, or actually, so 7 in a row, this will be 8. The last 6 of them, he has gained strokes ball striking. That is a really good sign. He obviously won a very emotional tournament at Riviera. You know, it would have been very easy for him to, chalk up Workday, chalk up API as, hey, I'm tired. I got a new $1.5 million in the bank account. I've got my tour card for 3 more years. I can pack it in. Similar to almost what we've seen Harris English do. Harris English has been pretty bad since he won the Tournament of Champions, but not Max Homa. He did a little bit of a soft reset last week at the API, kind of took just a day or 2 out of the grind to kind of regroup and revamp, and it worked really well. 10th place finish at the Arnold Palmer. He's in the midst of a really good stretch. He's putting well. He's striking it well. He's showing that he can contend in all types of fields, all types of formats. I really like him around here at TPC Sawgrass, and I think he's one of the better values and pivot plays in the mid $7,000 range. Sam Burns is 125-1 to win this golf tournament. He's $7,300 on DraftKings, and I actually kind of like him in both situations. Obviously, 125-1, incredibly deep long shot, something that's certainly not going to come through very often. But I also think, considering the fact that he was 18% owned last week and missed the cut, there's going to be a lot of jaded owners who are not going to want to go back to Sam Burns. But let me tell you, this is the time. It is the time to buy low. There are 2 main stat categories that have correlated to success over the years at TPC Sawgrass. Those are strokes gained off the tee, and they are birdie or better percentage. Well, it shouldn't surprise you that Sam Burns is an absolute prolific birdie maker. He's 11th in birdie or better percentage this year, and he's 21st in strokes gained off the tee. We have seen the ceiling from Sam Burns. We've also seen the floor. But when you're talking about 125 to 1 shot, a guy with plenty of upside, that is Sam Burns. And I'm willing to forgive what he did at Bay Hill last week. Bay Hill bit a ton of the top players in the world. It got Sam Burns. It's okay. I'm willing to go back to him here in what I deem to be a much better leverage position. Speaking of guys who burned everyone last week, how about Cam Davis? 150 to 1, $7,100 on DraftKings this week. He was 16.5% owned at the API before missing the cut again. Anybody can miss a cut at Bay Hill. It's kind of easy to do. I'm interested in the longer term season that Cam Davis is having, which is pretty good. I mean, he's gaining a half a stroke off the tee, a half a stroke on approach. It's by far the best measured season we have in his young career. Those off the tee metrics, 17th in strokes gained off the tee. And of course, if you do want to look at the birdie numbers, he's a top 20 player in birdie or better percentage as well. And he makes a ton of eagles. You know, he kind of picks apart the par fives. I'm wondering if this is an opportunity for him to outpace his finishing position with DraftKings points this week. I think it's a really good setup for Cam Davis to try to just lean in to that raw talent around TPC Sawgrass and play for 4 days and see what happens come Sunday afternoon. And finally, let's finish up these sleepers with a roll of the dice. Johnny Vegas. That's right. He's 300 to 1. He's $6,300 on DraftKings. And what we have with Vegas is one of the better off the tee players on the PGA Tour. And he's done it consistently for a long time. You look back at some of his year by year recaps. He has gained essentially 3/4 of a stroke or more off the tee in each of his last 3 seasons. Right now, that ranks him 6th off the tee. The rest of his game is pretty poor, but he was able to put it together at the Puerto Rico Open just 2 weeks ago, and he finished second there, and he finished third at this event in 2019, the last time it was played in its entirety. So Johnny Vegas, at least with a glimpse of recent form, has a good skill set for TPC Sawgrass that has allowed him to finish highly in the past at a very close to near min price on DraftKings and 300 to 1 at your book of choice. It is certainly a dart throw. It is certainly a roll of the dice, but it is one that I think is worthy, especially compared to some of his other peers in those ranges. That'll do it for this week's Sleepers for the Players Championship. Let me know who I missed. I'm sure there's plenty. It's a 154 player field. There's probably a lot of guys out there that can be deemed sleepers. Tweet me at RickRunGood or leave a comment below. Best of luck this week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.